Happy Wednesday. You are on the Heart of Success show, and I'm your host, Larissa Vakulina. Go live every Wednesday at 2 p.m. South Australian time zone. And here on this show, I'm sharing with you different tips, tools, methods, principles, inspiration and motivation, how you can create success in all areas of your life. Not the definition of success of someone external, but holistic success in all areas of your life. That success can bring you health, joyfulness, happiness, and all that you really want into your life, and how you can create that life beyond wildest imagination. So today I want to share with you a very important topic about how we perceive our inner wounds and traumas that at this stage of the human evolution, every person on this planet have and carry it with themselves. Some people are having it not so deep, and they've already been doing some work to heal these wounds, but some people are still struggling to understand and see the connection between that wound that you carry and you actually came here to heal, and your external life and your successes and not successes. So in our society, we are really been taught and always displayed and modeled that traumas, wounds, or some sort of deviation from the external standard normality, or the the definition of successful person, if you are a little bit outside of that box, that it is a something wrong with you. So the definition of trauma and wound is having this negative connotation. And because of that perception of this fundamental nature of the human being is looked through the lens of the negativity, it is a creating some sort of solutions that based on fixing, that based on eliminating, that based on dealing with in a way that it is something that we need to get rid of. But in reality, the nature of the human evolution right now is that we all carry within ourselves some wounds and traumas that are actually a guiding navigation system for us to understand ourselves better and also heal these distortions that actually been created by ourselves through the belief that to maintain our individuality and life, we need to be separated. So when we decided to express ourselves through the physical body, when we decided to come at this period of time in human evolution, we been agreed and contracted to actually take on these wounds and pains and traumas in order for us to heal and also become a conscious, aware of all of this stuff. Because at the moment when our soul or the energy of the soul meets matter, that primal fear of separation from the others set in. And all the other fears, based on that fundamental fear and the belief that to actually have that individuality and maintain the life, we need to keep being separated. So this is a completely erroneous belief set in that very first incarnation, when you decided to express yourself through the physical body. And then, of course, on while you start to journey through your lives, all the other fears start to be accumulated on that primal fear of the separation. So, and we create these 5 stories based on this erroneous belief. And a belief, of course, being separated, being then maintain life, and being separate means that I'm individual and I have to be separated to express myself. But we existed beyond time and beyond space before we actually separated. So this is, we need to start to understand and actually transform and shift the perception of having traumas and wounds into the reality that they are actually our gifts. Once we understand that, we can put ourselves into the journey and path of healing of these wounds and traumas. And then, of course, we can access that that wound. We can access the wound and crack it open so that we can find that genius, that talent that we all hold. And this has become the purpose of our life. This become the talent that you come here to share with others, that you come here to show to the world. And what in our society is happening is that we actually covering up more, we hiding and covering up our fears and our pains and all our suffering and distortions. We actually creating that ideal self that we try to live up to, which is really impossible, because that self-created ideal self is artificial construct. It is outside of you. And that's what you're trying to live in accordance to that self-created ideal image that is actually outside of you. And that creates a lot of pain and a lot of suffering. So the 5 stories that we are creating, that based on that fundamental primal fear of being separated, they are stories that we created at the certain period of our development, and that the healthy development was deprived. So these stories and these wounds are actually strengthened and reinforced the belief that to maintain life, you need to be separated. So the first story is that this fear of death, the fear of annihilation, that's the fundamental fear that based on that primal fear of being separated from that one consciousness, the oneness that we all are connected beyond time and space. So the second story that we decided that will support that belief is the fear of abandonment. So, and of course, when we go through our life, how many times we feel that we've been feeling that our parents abandon us, or our friends, or our siblings, and different situations, because we hold that fear within ourselves, and that's what we are inviting in our life. So the third one is a fear of invasion and being lost within another. So that is something that a lot of this really big confusion is about when we create the relationships, and we have that deep fear of being invaded by other or being lost. So we believe that our individuality will be diluted, will be invaded, and will be not expressed if we are lost within the other. So that's again, all this is based on that fundamental fear of being separated, right? So the fourth one is the fear of betrayal. So we're always afraid to be betrayed. And this is again because within ourselves, we hold that fear based on the belief that to actually maintain my own personal life and express my individuality, I have to be separated from the others. And that's why the fear of betrayal is so strong in our society, because it sits on that very, very wrong belief of being separated. And the last one is the fear of inauthenticity. So this one is, as I said, it is actually again sits on the same fear of separation, but this one is very interesting because it is so observable in our society that that ideal self that we all created for ourselves, that actually encouraged by all the institutions and all the universities and all of the societal scientists, societal principles, that we are individuated and we need to maintain that standard expectation and that standard ideal self construct that is actually completely wiping up and hiding our authenticity. So those fears are all stem from that belief that you must maintain separation in order to maintain your individuality. That's the fundamental understanding in this episode, is that if you understand that this is much deeper, much deeper space where we try to touch and start to understand that we all try to understand why there's so much suffering, why there is so much separation, there's judgments, there's all of these demands, and slowly we try to get the healing from all of these distortions. But really we need to go a little bit deeper, because we all have that gift. We all hold that wound that is actually created by the nature of the being human being at this stage of evolution. I'm not saying it's going to be forever like that. Once we all understand how it works and how we can heal on that deepest level, so we will be lifted up into the different reality. So whatever is your deepest pain, that which you are actually even hiding from yourself, that you are most ashamed of, that causes you grief and pain, that which you hide so dearly, that this is your gift. This is your genius. This is your jewel that you actually keep hiding and suppressing from yourself for eons. And now you're doing it also by hiding from yourself. You're also doing it. You're hiding it from the world. You're hiding it from people who can benefit and who can actually heal from your gift, right? And when you heal your own wound, then you actually connect to your gift that you can start to share with others. And there is no other way than through it. There's no other way. We need to crack open that wound, and we need to go and connect with that gift that we come here to heal and share with others, right? So I really invite you to look at your life and how we know if we are still having the traumas and wounds, and what level of the healing we already achieved. So you need to ask yourself a number of very simple questions. You need to really understand and ask yourself what parts of my body that I'm regularly rejecting, what parts of my body that I'm judging so badly and seeing as ugly, and what parts of my body that are not living up to my expectations and what I want. So the second question is, what are my actions and my words that I speak and then I deeply ashamed of? So if there is any actions or words that you are, you experiencing, that you are feel deeply ashamed, well, then you living from that wound that is covered by the erroneous beliefs, but by the perception that you have to be separate and live up to that ideal self that is outside of you. So the third question is, who are the people that you find yourself still not able to forgive? Well, this is very important question because so many relationships are breaking without even realizing that if you just step away from someone that you have conflicting relationship, and if you didn't resolve it, well, there is still work to do. It's still your wound that is carrying that belief that it doesn't matter, I'm separated and maintain my life, I need to just be separated. But it has to be resolved. Otherwise, your next relationship will be in the same dynamics, in the same conflicting pattern that you thinking you already dealt with. But if you still have people that you're not able to forgive, well, then this is the indication you still have to work to do to heal your wound. So the fourth question is, where is the guilt that I have laid on myself for the actions that I have not created in the right way? So the guilt is a very, very heavy weight on your soul. It's actually clogging the energy, your creative energy. It holds your vibration down and it connects you with what you feel and define as a negativity. So the guilt is always connected to that negativity. So in order for us to build the new future, we need to learn how to love ourselves first. We need to have intention to find that truth beyond this separation, as we all connected and one beyond the time and space. We need to realize that holding and having this body and having all the bodies, energetic bodies, as a mental, emotional, spiritual, psychological bodies, we are actually that integrated system that carry um, that oneness, which we artificially believed and separated in order for us to maintain life. But that's not true. That's really a big, big lie. So I invite you to take the first step and recognize how you hide or shame your fear and pain. So your fears and your pain is that gift. So if you see your trauma and your wound and your pain and your fears as a gift, well, then you can actually shift that negativity and start to take these first steps into that healing process that will help you to crack open your wound and realize and find your gift. So opening a little conversation, opening a little window of conversation that opens up this huge, vast universe of the wound is actually an invitation. So if you are someone who already understand that there is something wrong in my life in terms of like because you're thinking it's wrong. Well, this is invitation to actually find out that your life is a gift. You only need to start to shift your perception and find someone who can help you to go deeper and find that genius within the layers of this erroneous belief and within the layers of these five stories that we told ourselves, right? So just want to finalize today's episode with the saying just that there is no other way but through it. So we can go round and round and round. We can do a lot of different things in personal self-development, in some sort of healing, go to different modalities and find different experts that can help us. And it's all good. I'm not saying it's not. That means that what you're choosing to explore within yourself and what you're choosing to actually help yourself not to have not to experience the fear and pain, it's good. It resonates with you on that level of the of your understanding. But I really would like to invite you to look at a little bit deeper, because once you go that deep and once you start to understand that your greatest pain and your greatest fear is your gift to this world and to yourself, well, then you are on a road of healing it all on a deeper, deeper level. Heal the fundamental lie that you keep in your unconscious level, that to maintain individuality means to be separated. So it's not. I invite you to go through that. And if you need any support and help, please reach out. We can have a talk about it. We can have the exploration of that wounded space that you're trying to cover up, hide, suppress, and take yourself out into the external ideal self and try to live up to that unattainable version of yourself. Thank you so much. And I would like to put that little music. I'll come back to you next week at 2 p.m. South Australian time on Wednesday with a guest. Stay tuned in. Thank you and bye.